Welcome to the Rica Sham Show, a podcast where cancer survivor Rica, a former radio host, shares her passion for music, how she beat cancer, life lessons from her faith journey, and more. Now, here's your host, Rica Sham.
Hey, how's it going? And I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Welcome to the Rica Sham Show podcast. This is the music series, and therefore, in these episodes, you'll be listening to my featured musical guests. They're all from my hometown, and they're super young, talented, upcoming, and whatever they're producing, man, it's top-notch international level. So I totally recommend you listen to their music and all these music series episodes, okay? Now, of course, they'll be sharing about their music journey and, their inspiration, whatnot. But what's so awesome is that at the end of the show, they will be performing a stripped down acoustic raw version of one of their original songs. How cool is that? Yep. So exclusively on the Rica Sham Show. In this episode, it's the one with Phoebe Tsen of Avery Fos.
'Cause I made you special, I made you right. Every time you get close, I fall into the night. You don't come save me, unchain me from this living life.
So could you please put your virtual hands together and welcome my musical guest from my hometown, Phoebe Tsen, one half of the music duo Avery Fos.
Ooh, hello.
Hi, Phoebe. How's it going? How are you feeling today?
Good. Been pretty busy, but good busy, so I'm very grateful.
All right, so we just wanted to know a little bit more about you, your background and whatnot before we actually dive into the music, okay? So tell us, who is Phoebe Tsen in general?
So I'm Phoebe, born and raised here in KK. At the moment, I make music pretty much all day. I write songs, I work with other people, sometimes I produce, sometimes I sing. And I'm also one half of the band, Avery Fos. And that's pretty much it. That's
Great.
what I do, yeah.
How old are you right now?
I turned 25 this year.
Awesome. 2020 was, I would say it was quite a difficult year for almost everyone. And, looking back as a full-time music artist, how was your 2020?
It was challenging in many aspects, but I'm very grateful because I can wake up today and say that I still have a job. I can wake up and say that I'm looking forward to projects that I'm working on at the moment. A lot of people that rely purely on, live performances or touring as, their bread and butter are not able to do that. But because I do production stuff and I've been working remotely anyways before the pandemic, I genuinely am grateful that the transition wasn't as rough as a lot of other people. So yeah.
So aside from just being a music artist, like writing songs, do you still do any other creative work as well?
Acting, it's been a while, not really, not anymore. Only in our own music video. Like drawing and dancing, it's something that I wish I was so much better at, but I just can't do them. So it's okay, then I'll do music maybe here and there.
I mean, stick to what you're actually good at. I think you have the talent for music. You have like superb vocals. One of the things that got my attention is your voice, actually. It's very haunting.
Really?
Yeah. It's very unique, I must say, because not everybody can sing like this,
Oh, that's very nice of you to say that.
Let's just talk a little bit more about your music duo, Avery Fos. So we know Phoebe Tsen is a 25-year-old full-time music artist, but, how did Avery Fos came about? Just a little backstory of Avery Fos.
So Avery Fos was formed in 2017. And Elisha and I met when we were both students in KL. He was a music student and I was a mass comm student. I was looking for somebody to write with and collaborate with, and he was very open to do so. And so we were like, okay, let's just meet up and for 1 week, just write with no purpose.
Cool.
And by the end of the week, yeah, it was just like, I just want to write. By the end of the week, we found ourselves with essentially what was, the EP that we released. We had 4 songs. We worked on 1 song a day, and the last 3 days were essentially just like trying to figure out like, oh, we have songs now. So what do we do about them? We're like, okay, lah, do you want to be in a band? Do you? Sure. Okay. So that's the rest was history. So I think the song came first before the idea of the band. We are remote at the moment. We are based in different cities. And from time to time, we've been very grateful to be able to score, to do film scoring as well sometimes, write some soundtracks. We'd love to play more shows, but
Cool. Maybe
yeah,
virtual
that's what
online shows. And did you just, sit there and wait for people to approach you, or you were just hustling and trying to promote your music out there? I believe you don't have like a music label, right? Do you?
yeah, no, we're completely independent.
Yeah, see, so you're an independent music artist. And was it hard? Was it challenging to want to get your music out there?
For sure, yes. And for the most part, we are doing everything on our own, from the creative side, from the music to the not so fun side, the business. And it's just focusing on the work in the beginning, like focusing on making good music and putting it out. Eventually, the right people that resonate with our music just stick around. A lot of it is really just like being shameless about like every time we release something, it's like 20 emails, 30 emails, like, hey, do you want to include our song in playlist? Like, hey, do we want to work together? Artwork, music video, put together a show. It's just a lot of like shameless asking around. Initially, it was tough because like, oh, what if they reject? I mean, at the end of the day, if they reject, they reject. At least I asked. So yeah, it's tedious, but it's part of the journey, and yeah.
I think that is totally the attitude to go. I mean, shameless is one word, but I think it's just determination. It's just like when you're putting up your music, right? If that one person actually is able to connect with your music and is being touched by your music, I think that reaches the objective, isn't it?
Exactly. I live for moments where I get to. For me, it's just addicting. Like, how do you feel when you listen to my music? Like, what did you get out of it? And it's not because I want to like brag or whatever. It's really because like I genuinely want to know how the story that I was trying to tell resonated with you, and how do you interpret it. And I think that's the most beautiful part of creating music and also exchanging stories through art. So yeah.
Okay, so let's just dive into like one of the singles that you released last year. I believe it's Tulsa as well as Child. Can we just talk about Tulsa? Because I think it really sounds like a soundtrack from a movie. It's so, there's something about Tulsa that is mesmerizing and beautiful about it. So I'm gonna share
That's nice.
this part of in the beginning of Tulsa. Let me just play this for you. So this beginning sounds like Stranger Things for a little. And
You're not
then
the first one to say that. We've heard that before, and that's very interesting.
yeah, it is, because it sounds like that. So and then it continues to go on to like 47th second, 48th second, where the guitars are in. And then I get to hear your background vocals a little bit more, and then you start singing on the first minute and 34 second. That's like 1.5 minute long intro. Was that like intentional?
Kind of, yeah. Like we make a mix of vocal-driven songs and instrumental songs. So between those, we just figured, it doesn't always have to be a conventional vocal-driven structure of a song, since we're not limited by we need to be like a vocal-fronted band or we need to be like a pure instrumental band. We're pretty much free to do whatever we want.
Quite experimental. But I would say that the moment your voice kicks in, it's like, I don't know, it's like this movie soundtrack that should be on like a Netflix movie or something like that. It's so cool. Seriously, your voice just brings a kind of charm and character to the song. And could you tell us about Tulsa, what Tulsa is about?
It's funny to hear that, and we never get tired of that, because when I was writing the skeleton of the song, it was actually inspired by a movie called the Space Between Us.
Exactly. It's like a space
Yeah.
movie soundtrack. I wanted to say that in the beginning. My goodness. Okay, and then?
Yeah, so it's a movie. It's a great movie. Check it out. And I don't know. I was just really like caught up in the story of the two characters in the movie that weren't. They loved each other, but they couldn't be together because of various circumstances. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but the female character in the film was actually called Tulsa, which is the sole reason why the song is called Tulsa.
I see.
Yeah, and so I wrote the skeleton, and then bounced it back to Elisha and was like, "Hey, there was something. What do you think of it?" It worked out. We both love it. It also grew to become like our favorite song to play at live shows. There's just something about the song. I agree with you, and I don't think it's us. I think we just found something that was beautiful. I think we just found something.
Yeah, something really magical.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
you guys did a really good job producing this track. Could you tell me who's the producer for this track, or for your whole album? Like, who was the main engineer for that?
We both write and produce all our music. Sometimes we mix them ourselves, sometimes we don't. Sonically, it's been the two of us. Yeah.
Just the two of you guys? My goodness, how talented are you and your friend?
It's two of us and a lot of like laptop powers and things. So yeah.
Wow, cool. All right. So we'll talk about the other song, which is Child, because Child has so much more exposure because of the music video, I think.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
really well done. I think your music and the work you guys put out there is just, it's international standard, you know. This music video, it's, you collaborated with some people, and, you know, how did it all came about? Let me know.
Yeah, we did it with a team called Tiru, headed by amazing director DP Hanafi. He's most notable, I guess, for K-Click videos.
Yeah.
He's one of the best talent that we've ever worked with. How did it come about? Again, it was one of those moments where we were like, yeah, I like their work. Do they want to work with us? I don't know. Let's just send a message and see if they respond. Hanafi did. They were great. They were very nice. They are very nice people. So, yeah,
I think that's
how
so
it happened.
cool to have like a music video. And let's talk about you personally, Phoebe Tsen, because the thing that caught my attention was your collaboration with this producer, right? He goes by After Jvpiter.
Look me in the eye, say it one more time. I'll make it special, don't put up a fight. Every time I get
The single, Make You Special. That music genre,
Like alternative dark pop kind of thing.
okay, I like
I guess
that.
so.
Can you tell me, how did you meet this guy?
After Jupiter found me online, and he was just like, "Hey man, I like your work. Do you want to top line for me? Do you want to sing for my track?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, of course." And it's like I listen to these kind of music, but I've never found myself in a position where I'm like, I'm gonna make these kind of music. Like it just so happened that I always fall back into writing more singer-songwriter stuff or Avery Fos stuff. When After Jvpiter appeared and existed in my life, I was like, of course.
I think that is totally awesome. That's why you collaborate with others, you know. I also saw a track called Love Like You Love. It's from 440 Records. It's like a
Yes.
worship single, was it?
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
you're very versatile. I mean, you don't only stick to one kind of music or genre, because you are a Christ believer. And I just wanted to ask, like, how is your relationship with God in your life and music? Like, how does your faith plays a part in music for you?
Like, to be very honest with you, I don't think about it consciously. I was born and raised Christian, but didn't really own my faith, I think, until I was in uni. Just, being in a third generation Christian family, I just kind of take things for granted. It's like, oh, okay, like, can you play instruments? You can surf in the church. Like, oh, you write songs. You want to write Christian songs, and so it was never a conscious decision on effort. It was just like whatever comes, and I don't draw a huge distinction between it. At least when I write, because I don't I don't separate myself as a person
Yeah.
into these two. So like the things that I write essentially is me.
You're very clear of who you are. There are people who are struggling with the identity. And so I think it takes time as well for people, because previously I was so into pop music, and my Wrap Up 2020 was all like CCM, Christian contemporary
Yeah.
music. And then all my podcasts, they're all like a spiritual podcast. And then at number 5, you have Xia Xue, No Filter, which is like, yeah. So it's I think it's okay to explore different things, and even if we are Christ believers, it doesn't mean that we don't listen to other music. Yeah, that's great. You will be performing one of the singles later on, but before we actually go to that, there is something called 60 Seconds with Phoebe. That means you gotta answer like any random questions in 60 seconds. I will time you with my phone here. Try to answer like the first response. And if you really can't, I'm just going to skip to the next question. All right. Are you ready?
Oh, no stress. Come on, let's do it. Come on. Okay.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Okay. Hang on. Let me just time it. So 60 seconds with Phoebe Tsen. Your time starts now. What is your full name?
Phoebe Tsen.
Favorite Netflix show?
At the moment, Modern Family.
Name one favorite artist or band.
Ellie Goulding.
One word to describe yourself in high school.
Myself in high school?
One word.
Oh,
Come on, 30 seconds.
I don't know. Fearless.
Have you ever secretly admired someone? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you written about them in a song? 20 seconds.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
Sushi or fried rice?
Sushi.
Tell us something weird about you. Okay, never mind. Favorite childhood show, cartoon?
Rugrats.
Who's sexier, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Jesus.
All right, time's up. Okay, thank you so much. That was fun. Okay, so
That was fun.
before we go to your performance, is there any message that you would like to tell those who are aspiring to be like a full-time musician, or who's actually, starting to write their own songs? Is there any advice you could give to them, or is there like a message that you would like to share to anybody about anything?
I guess just do it, and realize that it's not all fun and games. I don't know, I guess just be nice to everybody, be kind, be humble. Like, never don't let yourself get so stuck in, head in the clouds. Like, that's not good. To everybody, be respectful. Nobody owes you anything. Work hard and just do what you like, do what you love. Yeah.
Awesome. At the meantime, please do check out all the singles from Avery Fos and everything that Phoebe has collaborated with other producers. It's really awesome. She's on Spotify, and she's going to be performing a stripped down acoustic version of a recent collaboration with After Jvpiter, and the single is the one that got my attention. I really loved it, and thank you for performing it. It's called Make You Special.
Yes, and this one is a special one for you because you love it so much. This one, acoustic version, is for you. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna play it anywhere else. Yeah.
Awesome. This is exclusive. So Phoebe Tsen, take it away.
All right. I'll just do like a half song. Slow it down a bit. Hold your tongue and your jealousy. I learn to speak for myself now. I'm loving your games, keep it hush now. in the mirror, see you next to me. But I got your voice just set in my head now. I don't give a thing about your make-believes. And I'll be counting 1, 2, 3, and you and me hide and seek with your funny little stories. 1, 2, 3, keep your tongue in your cheek. You got nothing on me, 'cause I made you special and I made you right. Every time you get close, I fall into the night. Then you tell me it's over and you set me on fire. And you look me in the eyes for one last time. I made you special and I made you right. Don't you ever get close, 'cause I put up a fight. You know that it's over now, I see through your lies. I look you in the eyes and my, oh my, I made you special. Do 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 do. And I made you special. There we go. All right, thank you.
Hey, since this interview, Phoebe already has a song featured on a Netflix show. They've released new music. Go check out the band Avery Fos. If you're listening to this on audio, I suggest you go check out my YouTube video. Search for the Rica Sham Show. Don't forget to click and subscribe. I'm looking forward to the next episode with you. Till then, stay safe. Thanks for supporting the podcast.